How about now?
Headphones near me.
How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? We good?
How about now? Headphones near me. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? We good?
You know what? I see y'all motherfuckers. I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all just fine. Can you
You
hear
know what?
me?
I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all just fine. Can you hear me? I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all just fine. I don't have no headphones near me though. That's the only problem. I don't have any headphones. Yeah, we good.
Okay.
I'll back you up as best I can, my boy.
So you can hear me. Well, you can't hear me. Can you hear me? All right. The echo's better now, right? Yeah, I just turned the other mic down because it was too close to the. I got two mics running on this shit at the same time, man. That's what it was. That's what it was. All right. So we live streaming. I don't see. I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody. Where is everybody? Y'all. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be. We supposed to be talking about. Where's everybody at?
We talking about my little haunted trip.
I'm gonna have to get them. Yo, Kilo. They gonna make me get them, Kilo.
Where's everybody at? We talking about my little haunted
They
trip.
gonna make me get them, Key.
Gonna make me get
Yeah. Anybody who's tuned in, peoples, understand this is some new stuff we're trying. Some new stuff. You have to understand this. Don't get angry. Don't be mad. Everything is saying is running. I don't know if we running concurrent. If we're running two streams at the same time, I have no idea. All right, Melly, give Kilo some headphones. Say something, Key.
Say something, Key. Yo, what's good? Squad up.
So you hear me now, right? I think we got a little bit of lag, but
Say something, Key. Yo, what's good? Squad up. So you hear me now, right? It's just a really bad lag on my end.
yeah, same thing with me, my G.
It's just a really bad lag on my end. Yeah, same thing with me, my G.
See, it's only lag between me and you. Apparently, it's not lag with the viewers.
See, it's only lag between me and you.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I turn the mic down. Can't have it that loud.
That's good.
Shit. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go.
That feedback is a bitch, though. I can't
Yeah,
even hear shit.
I had to shut the other mic off. We good now?
You gotta put the headphones on. Right here.
Are they?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
I don't hear an echo until he talks. Yeah. I don't hear the echo until he talks on your computer. I look dead now.
Yeah. All right. All right. Did that make a difference or no?
Yeah, actually. Made a big difference.
All right. Did that make a difference or no?
But the only thing is, I gotta figure out a way to kill this lag. That's the only thing. Cause we like fucking hold up. What the fuck, man? With this goddamn motherfucking lag, yo. Don't like this lag. Lag. Damn lag. Well, I hear you just fine, Key. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you hear me right now, but I hear you perfect. Like when you talk, I hear you fine. You know what I'm saying? You good? Wait, do I have to turn?
What the?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Okay.
I
So
couldn't
it
hear you
seems
before.
you can hear me now, though.
What's going on over there? Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
And now we're not lagging as much either.
For real, that's good. All right, work.
All right, cool. I think, yo, my G, I think we got this. I think we got it. You hearing the replay, right?
Yeah.
Yo, you know what, dude? Fuck it.
I wonder what happens if I X out one of these. Hold on, let me see something.
Oh shit, where you go? Kilo. Kilo, no. Where'd you go, Kilo? No, he has disappeared. He has disappeared. I don't understand. It is. Listen, we apologize for the technical difficulties. I understand that there may be people who are frustrated with the time that it's taking for things to happen, but this is some new shit. All right, so you have to bear with us. You have to bear with us. All right, I'm trying to do some shit here, so just like chillax, chillax, chillax. Just understand it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all roll with the punches. Y'all roll with the punches. It's damn COVID. What else y'all got to do? You know what I'm saying? What else y'all got to do? I ain't got nothing else to do. You hear me? Cause I hear you.
I'm back. Can you speak?
Yeah, I see you.
Oh, what's up? What's good? You
Hey, you
think
know
we
what's
good
up?
now?
Check this out. Right? They wanted me to go to the cemetery. I went to the cemetery.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You know, had my grandpa's hat.
You are a brave soul.
Yo. Yeah. I didn't even get through a smidget of that damn cemetery before shit got real. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you said it was haunted, right? So what do you mean by real? What happened?
All right, let me tell you something.
Elaborate.
The scariest thing about cemeteries is not the fact that you may or may not see ghosts. It's the history behind the people that are buried in those cemeteries, my G. It's the shit you see in front of your face. You don't need a ghost to see that there's shit that affects this plane of existence. You don't need a ghost. You feel me? I seen, dude, when I make the video, and I told everybody, I'm not editing, I'm not adding no music, I'm not fucking cutting shit out. Straight raw is
That's the best way.
scarier. Yo, it's scarier than the motherfucking
Okay,
the
so you
fake shit.
recorded the whole experience. Okay.
Yo, I downloaded EVP
So
shit.
you was placenta. You're admitting to us right now that you were placenta.
A placenta?
Yes, you was with JJ.
No. Not of a
Worse than
JJ.
being a pussy. You know what I'm saying? You was
Nah,
placenta.
check this out. It's real. Check this out. I did my little prayer. I left them a couple of hot sauces. You know what I'm saying? Because I figured, you know,
Okay.
hot sauce is love. I got to bring a gift. Rolled my L. Smoked it. Had my nips.
At the cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, I had to pay homage to him. I had to be real.
Yeah, I feel you. That's so
You know, I couldn't go in
That's
there.
real.
I couldn't go in there pretending to be somebody I'm not. You know what I'm saying? The shit, here's the crazy shit. We live in New England, all right? Unless we are in a drought or it's very hot or it's cold and the ground cracks, it's usually because it's dry. You know what I'm saying? Now, in this cemetery, and I'm going to upload this footage tomorrow for all y'all to see, there were certain plots. And back in the day, we're talking 200 years old, some of these fucking gravestones are, dude. We're talking people were buried 1802, 1865. Old ass shit, my G.
Amazing.
Old. Tombstones knocked over.
That's real old.
Dude, it's real. It's real.
That's a couple of 1,000 years old.
It's this one of the oldest cemeteries in the country.
You brave, brave.
Well, see, I went there looking for the ghost girl. You know what I'm saying?
Ghost girl.
Yes. Well, the first time I went there was this ghost girl. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's one way in this fucking cemetery. One way in, one way out. Now, I was to go see the wild zombie turkeys. You feel what I'm saying? I seen them. There's like 2 fucking groups of them, about 20 deep each. They be beefing. Feel me? I seen them talking shit to each other. It was crazy. I was scared for my life. I put it on the Insta, I think. I don't know. I might have. But it was crazy, son. It's big ass holes in the ground. Then there's this like stone shit there that's looks like a bridge, but the only thing that you can really push under it would be a body. Like, I'm not even joking with you. I tried to record it, but it felt kind of weird. Like, I got this bad sense of just get the fuck away from this shit. It's not good. So, you know, I bounced, got away from it. And there was a book, like a high school textbook, and it was open. Rained on and shit, so it was all fat, bloated. I smacked it off. I shouldn't have smacked it off. So as I was walking back up to go out where I came from, I seen this little white girl, jeans, t-shirt, light brown, blonde hair, walking towards what I thought was going to be another exit. So I'm about maybe 25 to 50 yards behind her. It's mad tree branches and leaves and shit down, so you would make noise, you know, crunch, crunch. No noise. But I wasn't paying attention to that because, you know, I was recording, talking to the people and shit. My fingers is getting numb as fuck, dude. I had to end the video because I couldn't hold the camera no more. That's how bad it was. This bitch straight up disappeared. The gate that you could go out of has been locked for so long, the chain is rusted. Yeah, I recorded that today too, peeps. I told you I was. And I did. You're going to see it. I even touched it, moved it around so you can see the age. It's crazy. Right? So, there's nowhere she could have gone in a couple of minutes that would have made any sense to why she wasn't where she was supposed to be. That's what started it. The ghost girl. Right? So, today, I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go back. Now, I went back another night. Like 2 nights, two days later. I went at night because they wanted me to go at night. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll go at night.
You crazy.
I'm not going at night ever again, people. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you want me to or not. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening. I told you it wasn't going to happen the first time, and I broke my rule, and I went for y'all.
Gotcha.
I'm not going at
night. I heard
night.
you talking about that paranormal talk earlier. I'm wondering, like, wait, so this is what Omen is doing now? He's going out there looking for paranormal activity? What are you trying to do?
No, see, I'm not looking for it. And that's what I want people to understand. It's not about the paranormal activity. Forget that. Let's believe that it truly exists. Ghosts walk around and fucking have their own little shit. They knock your shit off the desk, whatever.
I mean, I guess it's logical. I mean, and if you believe in a God, you have to believe in the demons. I mean, I guess it's logical, right?
True. But at the same token, when you do shit at night, when your eyes literally cannot see color, everything is black and white. It's a shadow. If a fucking tree branch blows in the wind, you're going to see a ghost because you want to see a ghost.
Well, right. But that's more just your own perspective or
exactly
fear.
That's why they have a condition called pareidolia, which is where
That's
human
real.
beings see
Well,
faces
you
and dumb
ever
shit.
hear that you ever hear that story about a guy who goes to a bar and he overhears these guys talking about a cemetery. So the guy lives around the corner from the cemetery. He usually walks around the cemetery, but the guy dares him. He says, "Listen, there's a certain cemetery in the middle of the grave site." He goes, he gives him his knife and he tells him, "Stick this knife in the grave site. Then I know that you did it," because he was testing like his bravery. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
He's like, "If you ain't no bitch, you'll go do this shit. Like, and I'll know if you did it because you'll stick my knife in the grave site in the middle of the graveyard." So the guy accepts the challenge. He goes, "Listen, I'll do it." So he goes to the grave site. He walks into the middle of the whole graveyard, and he's hearing noises. He's really scaring himself out. He sticks the knife into the ground, and as he goes to walk away, he feels something grab him, and he tries to pull more. And the more that he pulls, the more he feels this hand grabbing him into the grave, and the dude scares himself to death. Right. The next morning, the guy who set the challenge up went to go see if he actually went there because he's expecting to see his knife in the graveyard to see if he was brave. Well, when he goes there, he notices that the guy is dead and that his knife that he gave him, he actually stuck it through his coat. So while he stuck it in his coat, he's trying to get away, but in his mind, it's someone grabbing him into the graveyard and he scared himself to death.
And
So
see,
you know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, it's not, all right, boom. For anybody who's ever read the Bible, you understand that Satan has actually no true power over you. It's the temptation. He tempts you. He puts things
Right.
in front of your face to trick you. You know what I'm saying? That shit will be sugar
Right.
coated and sweet. It'll seem like God gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna
Well,
tell
we
you right
always
now.
blame God. We always blame
God,
God. Even when someone dies, people are like, "Oh, it was in God's plan."
yeah.
But
See,
no, it's
I
not
don't
in God's
believe,
plan for us to die. It's for us to live forever.
I don't
That's God's
believe that
plan.
God's playing shit. You feel me? Cause,
Right.
all right, perfect example
We
of
always
why I
blame
don't
God
believe
for
in that.
devil shit.
You have dope fiends, murderers, child molesters live long lives. Okay. Then you have examples of terror and fucking human. That's the worst of humanity, complete and pure evil. And every single time humans have to face pure evil and want an answer for it, what do they tell us? Well, it's God's will. And that's basically shut the fuck up and accept it. Because we're just fucked up people. A man
Well, we
shoots
say God.
up 400 and something people at a goddamn fucking concert in Las Vegas. No note, no suicide, nothing. Kills himself, no answers. Family's torn to shreds. Torn to shreds. And nobody knows why.
No, you're right.
No one knows
I think
why.
it's easier to. I think it's easier for the individual to start healing when they know it's from God. It's like, oh, God is love. You know what I'm saying? So when it's like, oh, it's God's will, it's like, oh, it helps us numb the pain, but it doesn't really justify the means. Once again, that's not God's will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
And that's what I'm
God's way.
saying. Because how can you believe something like that? That to me makes absolutely no sense at all. I mean, like I said, I've read the Bible. I've read parts of the Torah and parts of the Quran, and that's what makes me mad at all religions right now. Is that they're preaching separatism. God never said anything about being separate.
That's true. Well, that's why I say, for myself, I think we should seek spirituality, not religion.
Exactly.
Religion just separates us.
And it's like I tell anybody, like, oh, you don't believe in God? I'm like, not yours. I can't believe in yours. You pray to your God out of convenience. I pray to mine out of necessity. If I can handle it myself, I'm not calling on this dude for what. You know what I'm
I
saying?
still believe there's only one God, though. I think no matter what, I think there's so many roads to God. Because if I was a God, like let's say, if I was a God and I gave, let's say the lesson of life is just the story, because like you said, the Quran and all that stuff is, it all sounds the same, but they won't agree that it's the same, because we say Christianity, we say baptism, we say all these other things, so it's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
not the same thing. But in actuality, like if there's a devil, the best way to confuse people is to 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 have translations of the same word, and that's how we confuse everybody. But in actuality, I don't think God per se, and maybe you could correct me, Old, I don't think God will hold it against you, whether you believed in Buddhas, whether you believed in Quran, whether you believed in Christianity, whether you believed in fairies. I think God is God and God is love. And I think, and no matter what religion that you claim, we all agree there's only one God.
But
You know what I'm
why?
saying?
See, this is where I'll interject, because like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
took theology. I read the Bible front to back, Old Testament, New Testament, scriptures that were supposedly hidden. Went to Yale, seen the original fucking Bible in glass. You can read it on the fucking computer. It's crazy.
Well,
It's
isn't that
crazy.
written in like Israel? I mean, isn't
It's
that written
yeah,
in
but it's
different, like
translated
with
to English.
Jerusalem or something?
Nah,
Okay,
it's like some weird language. It's like
got you.
Hebrew, but it's different. You get what I'm
Okay,
saying?
all right.
But it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
of
yeah.
that. It's of the ancient, as they call it, the
Of the
ancient
ancient
text.
tongue.
Yes,
Yes,
the
yes. From
ancient
the
text.
old, from the
Now,
forbidden scrolls. Yes.
why do we not know how to translate the language of the Sumerians or the Nubians? Why? I'll tell you why. Because it's happening right now and has been happening for years. It's called subjugation and then eradication. You don't have to kill a race or culture or ethnicity of a people to erase it. You erase it by erasing and rewriting their history. Perfect example, Native Americans. What do we really know about Native Americans? Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Only what they teach us.
And the problem with that is,
And the crying Indian. Remember the crying
right,
Indian in the 80s?
but they told us bullshit. Bullshit.
Don't pollute.
Bullshit. They had us to
Nah,
believe
you're
that
right.
Native Americans were some savages, small tribes, when that's not true. The truth is, they had civilizations and cities and fucking metropolises in the millions. And then a plague hit their ass. And they were reduced to small numbers. And they realized when you
Well,
live
right, man. Because
in
I believe,
large cities, waste builds up. Viruses will kill you.
well, it wasn't them that was killing each other. It was when there was the pilgrims. The
Right.
pilgrims would come and visit. Supposedly, now I don't know true history. I'm not gonna say I'm a professional of any sort, but from what I've been learning is that disease came from came from the outside source. Like you have the
Yes.
Indians living in their perfect, let's say, world or whatever. You bring an
Yes.
outside force, now they got sick, and that spread. That, and if you don't, and I've also noticed because I lived in Buffalo, New York. In Buffalo, New York, there's a lot of Native Americans there, or Indians. You know what I'm saying? And their their kryptonite, alcohol.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, and that's what the pilgrims
Yes.
brought to them to
And
control them.
do you want to know why Omen G has stopped drinking?
Do
Because
say,
Omen G has a very large content of Native American in him. It does not
got
work
you,
for Omen G. It does not.
got you.
There is
I was
no.
gonna say because that's a big downfall
They
out
go
there.
insane.
They do. It's their crack.
The
It's
anger
their
comes out.
everything. And that's what alcohol does, bro. It brings the anger out. It does.
But the thing is, it does it to everyone. Now, see, a lot of people
Of
do not
course.
realize that the reason why higher tolerances in Caucasians to alcohol is due to necessity. It's not because they're a bunch of fucking drunks. These dudes was out on the oceans.
Or bad people, yeah.
Yeah, they was out in the oceans exploring. There's no
All about Mother
water.
Earth, bro. Come on, they were all about Mother Earth, man.
Yeah,
They was learning about the
but
sun, the water. They was teaching. They knew how to come up with their own crops.
that's
They
that.
had a lot to give to the world. They
But
were primitive
you know what I'm
in
saying?
that
That's
sense, but they called them savages.
exactly just
They
like.
called them wild.
See, people probably like, yo, this guy, he's only gonna talk about Native Americans. Oh, no, 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 no. I said history, meaning the entire fucking world. I can tell these Caucasians something about their history, which would make them happier about who the fuck they are. And to realize it has absolutely nothing to do with race. It has to do with
That one person on
subjugation.
Shot Squad up was Gucci.
What up?
Shout out, let yourself be known. If you guys got a question or something, or would like us to answer something,
Can,
about it, you know what I mean?
where do you see him at? Do you see him in StreamYard?
Nah, I went to the actual YouTube
Actual chat?
yeah, the live chat. It's showing that we got we got 2 people watching now. Let yourself be known.
I don't see anybody.
Shy.
I mean, I see people that. Well, look. Back to what I was saying though. Back to what I was
Put on
saying.
my phone.
All right, bam, right.
Tapped in. Go ahead.
You have history rewritten by victors. Victors last as long as they last. Democracy does not work. It was tried. It failed. Roman and the Greek empires collapsed. Dictatorship failed. Genghis Khan, the Mongolian Empire, collapsed. The reason all these things do not work and why you still have indigenous tribes living to this day, unfucking known, just fine, only until we come around and bring disease to them, is because they're in small pockets. Man is not meant to live like this. They're not. That's why there's so much crime and murder. We're culling ourselves. Humans are a virus to this world. Point blank, period. We're the only creatures on this planet that have more ways to destroy this planet. Now, that's not all of us. But what happens when there are too many of us? We think of ways to get rid of us. And it's the truth. Why do we not like the Russians? What the fuck did the Russians do to us? Not a goddamn motherfucking thing. But we don't like the Russians.
That's where they get us. They teach us history. They teach us as a young child history, and they teach us to hate.
Exactly.
They teach us it's divide and conquer, my boy. You already know that.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with this country. That's the problem with this country. See, a lot of people probably don't realize the big rift between the Irish and black people was started by the slavers, which were white people. Western Europe were the only people for a very long time allowed to immigrate to the United States. If you were from Eastern Europe, they were like, fuck you. It's about socioeconomics. They didn't want to have too many workers. They saw what happened in Russia. The workers revolted. It's going to happen everywhere. And COVID is going to bring it out. People are going fucking insane. They are. Now, there's one of 2 things that could be happening. And since this is not going on around the world, I'm just going to assume that it's option 2. Now, option 1 is, guess what? There's an asteroid coming. We're all dead in less than 6 months. That's why they're giving people all this goddamn money. But see, I don't really believe that because the American government is not that nice if we're all going to die. If we're all going to die, we're just going to die. That's what it is.
Yeah, they ain't going to give us money to die. Yeah.
I mean, people believe that the United States is the best country in the fucking world. To be poor, yes. Because compared to other poor,
and it is.
It's wonderful. But compared to being fucking free, it is not. You live out in the bush somewhere in another country and build a goddamn hut, it's your hut because you built it. Here, you can't build shit anywhere unless you fucking own it. And you never own anything in this goddamn country. Nothing, unless you build it from scratch. And that means you have to buy land, which can be taxed, taken from you, and put liens on. It's ridiculous. But people don't read history. They're too busy caught up in the things that keep us separated by race or religion or I mean nowadays they got them split up by so many fucking different ways nobody's even realizing what the goddamn government's doing.
They got us separated in so many ways, man.
The
Money,
unfortunate thing
status.
is the Republican Party has fallen so far from what they used to be. It's sad. The Democrats, however, are exactly what they've been since the day they were formed. Nobody reads history, and it's a shame. We get caught up in the easiest thing to attach hate to, like the Confederate flag. Oh my God. You say Confederate flag, and the first thing that pops in your mind is KKK and people in white hoods and fucking Confederates killing people because they want slavery. We don't think about the fucking fact that blacks fought on both sides of that goddamn war. And the blacks that fought most voluntarily, not being tricked because they actually fucking cared, were black Confederates. The Union soldiers were tricked. Oh yeah, you'll be free. We'll treat you like human beings. There's more racism in goddamn New England than I felt in the South. At least in the South, a motherfucker would tell you, nigger, please. I don't want you to come around here no more. But hey, here's some sweet tea. Now be on your way. But like I said, I've never been called nigger by any white people. It's funny.
I know there's racism in the planet, but in my world as well, I don't. Racism was a part of my world.
That's what I'm
On
saying.
the planet Earth, yeah, but my world, nah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like most of us,
you know what I'm saying?
most of us really don't feel the bullshit that they spew in media. Like most of us get along until they make us
show some growth, right?
Yeah, but think about it.
Honestly, like, just like I was saying before, man, can you outlive your past? And I like to believe that you could.
Of course you
I
can.
would like to believe that I could do something wrong 10 years ago, and through my actions, I could outlive that. Like it could no longer be used against me to hurt me.
Exactly.
And it's like at some point we have to do that also with history. At some point, listen, I know that this world is evil and there's been a lot of bad things of all different colors and all different religions and all different everything. But at some point, man, can we get past that? Like, we're so far from that. We've evolved so far from that. Like, we need to stop always looking back in the rearview mirror, man, and just start looking forward. Like, where are we going from here? Like, that's the real question. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we gonna all benefit from this planet Earth and all these resources that we have? How can
we gotta
sure that we leave this planet to future generations?
We gotta take it back to the 80s. We have to. When you could say what you had to say, when you could laugh at the bullshit, man. My dude, you can't make crazy. A joke these days without wondering what fucking group you've offended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, I tell people, fucking YouTube can throttle my ass. They can hit me for copyright shit. I'm gonna post what the fuck I'm gonna post. You don't like it, don't fucking tune in. Straight like that. Because motherfuckers have gotten way too goddamn sensitive, man. It's fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If
it's not even sensitive, they're entitled. Their opinion is law. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, yo, that entitlement shit kills me.
It's crazy.
It kills me. And you know why it kills me? Because what we went through, they don't have to go through. They don't have to get beat the fuck up at work to make a living.
Well, it's sad because it's almost like they don't realize with their actions right now, all we're doing is losing all the little bit of rights that we have left.
Thank you.
Losing it.
And see, I'm glad I didn't have to say it because I would just sound like a conspiracy theorist who's lost his mind. But the fact that you said it proves my point.
Sucks, man.
We are losing the right to free fucking speech. And once we lose the right to free fucking speech, people, we've lost the most important right of fucking all. Because then everything else is done. If you can't speak your fucking mind, what the fuck else can you do?
Well, and that's why I say like it. It sucks because we can't fight against the world, and nor should we. But what you could do is strengthen your circles, your inner circle, your immediate family, your loved ones. All you can do is just say, listen, guys, I know the world say this, but listen, as far as us, and you guys come with a comment. I think that's what makes people beautiful, bro. There's so many different. Like my house is ran different than upstairs, or the next door neighbor to my left, or the next door neighbor to my right.
That's my point.
But that's what makes it
small tribes, small villages. Everybody can't be forced to think the same way. It doesn't work like that, dude. There's a saying.
Right.
There's two sayings.
No one can be forced to do anything.
I learned this in Eastern Civ, okay, from dictators and rulers. These are people who had absolute power. One of the things that these absolutely powerful people used to say is power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, what does that mean exactly? What does it mean? Well, let me tell you what it means. When you control information, when you control what is allowed to be shared among people, you have absolute power. You don't need money. The fuck do you need money for? You control information. People cannot be educated. See, in this country, it's put a veil over it. But let's think about this. Let's be real and let's look at this for what it is. No bullshit, just what it is. Why, if you are making your own business, do you have to pay to be able to make your own business? Why do you have to have a credit score of a certain amount to be able to get loans to fund your business? Why do you have to pay taxes on your business? It's your business. It's your business. Why are you paying taxes on it? Does anybody not see that as strange to them? Sales tax. Why do they charge you more money to buy a product that has already got a goddamn fucking price tag on it? The state is basically telling you, for you to buy this product, you have to pay me. And we do it because we're sheep. We're sheep.
You gotta play the game.
We are sheep. Now, you new generation children may think that this internet you run around on is yours, but it's not yours. You forget. You hack it. You play to their tunes. You jump to their dances. You listen to their music. You follow their trends. You do exactly as the fuck you're told. You want to be monetized. You want to be popular. You want followers and subscriptors and people to hit the bell icon. I don't give a fuck if all I have is 32 people. Guess what? I get views. And they don't have to be subscribers. Shit. I guarantee you, if I ever had enough subscribers to be monetized, I'd be demonetized the same fucking day. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. Why do I not give a fuck? Because like most of the people from my generation, we were what they call latchkey kids. You know what a latchkey kid? They were kids that were left to their own devices. Need to eat? Figure it out. We have to work. Here's a key. Put it around your neck. Don't lose it. You lose it, you're locked. No allowance. The fuck you get an allowance for? That shit was hilarious. I remember the first day I went to private school and I heard about allowances and kids walking around with money in their wallets, and I was like, hey, I want that. How'd you get that? Oh, I do chores. What are chores? What the fuck is a chore?
Yeah,
Can
I never got paid
anybody,
for chores neither.
like, what's a chore? Chore? Want to pay you to clean your room? Ha! I remember the first fucking time I even asked about a fucking allowance. That shit was hilarious. Hilarious. Caught the slap. Smack right across the
Well,
face.
especially for a kid to ask for some money for something like that, like that is your payment for me and your mom paying all the bills, buying all the clothes, all the deodorant, all the soap. You know what I'm saying? Like blah blah blah, et cetera, making Easter, Halloween, Christmas. You know what I'm
Christmas.
saying? Like
Christmas.
your way of showing your not only your appreciation to this family, but your worth to this family. Like we all gotta put in work. Eh? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And the more that we all put in, it's easier for everybody. I think it made it harder for these younger kids because we're at fault. We wanted to make it easier for them. We stepped in for them. We gave them the excuses.
We're at
They just
fault if we accept the bullshit. That's what we're at fault for. If we accept the bullshit.
I think we're at fault.
We
if we're-
raised them and we allowed the government to take away the one thing that we had. And you know what that was, my G? It's called a motherfucking ass whooping. That's what the fuck it's called. It's called an ass
Well,
whooping.
that healthy fear. I call that healthy fear.
Exactly. Now
So
see,
it shouldn't be a scary thing. It's a healthy reminder.
but
If you
nowadays
mess up, I'm
you
gonna whip
have
that ass.
you have two options with kids, especially boys. I tell you right now, 13-year-old to 16-year-old males are fucking the worst. They're the fucking worst. They're the most entitled little pieces of fucking shit I have ever seen in my fucking life. They're lazy. They don't want to do shit. They don't even want to wash their own fucking asses. They don't want to do shit. And then they expect shit.
You know what that means then, right? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know that's all disrespectful shit. I'm not trying to take ownership off of our young males. But that also means it's not an equal counterpart because usually
Thank you. Once again, my man hits it on the head.
is a strong woman and a woman that make you want to change.
And
And I
that's
think
what
there's not
hits it
enough
on the
women
head.
out here that make you want to change. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when I was growing up, my father worked. My grandfather worked. They went to work. They came home. I respected that. Dinner was cooked. I respected that. These were the gender roles. It wasn't a forced thing.
Right.
My dad didn't
Right.
come.
They said that was
My-
the template.
My dad didn't come home and say, "Bitch, have my food on the goddamn table." No, she didn't work, so she took care of what women traditionally did their entire existence without complaint, because they were respected for what the fuck they did. And somewhere along the line, I don't even know what to call it. Honestly,
Another woman
I
said
have no
something.
words.
Another woman was like, "Wait, you're letting a man open the door for you? Mm-mm.
I have no words.
Wait, a man is paying for your meal? Mm-mm.
You know,
That wasn't us. That
Dave
was another woman
Dave
saying
Chappelle said this years ago in a show or a special. He said it, and I'm going to quote him, not word for word because I probably don't remember it, but he said, "If pussy was a stock, then it would have plummeted." That was like 8 years ago when he said this shit, and I'm going to say he was partly right. Plummeted is not the word. I'm disappointed in women. I really am. And I'm not talking about the ones our age or maybe a small bit younger, but as a whole, this shit is not independence.
The thin line with that,
I
my
mean,
boy. It really is a thin line.
you
Man,
were
because
upset when you were
it's
object to whatever that fucking word. I can't even think of the
a
fucking word.
lot of these young queens,
Objectified. Yeah, there you go. Objectified.
my
When
boy.
when
A lot
when
of
men
these
just
young
saw you
queens
for
aren't raised right.
but when men just saw you for your sexuality or your tits or your ass or
Nah, Cardi
whatever,
B's doing that. A man's not even doing that. A
no.
man's not even. A man's not even bringing to light a woman's sexuality. A Cardi B's doing that. A
But
woman's
no,
doing
but you
that
know what I'm saying? Listen, anybody who's ever seen Red Fox,
because a man. I feel like a man's natural nature is to protect a woman. Not to cut you off, woman,
nah,
but I feel like a man's natural instinct
exactly.
is that we got to protect a woman. We have to nurture a
Exactly.
woman. We have to, a woman's sacred.
Like,
You know,
are you gonna
so
let
this
your
new age
woman
woman
are you
isn't
gonna let your woman take the trash
like
out?
our vice. Is it?
Are you
No,
gonna
heck
let your
no.
woman take out the trash?
Nope.
Exactly.
Maybe I got to.
Exactly. It's not even a
You too
question.
pretty for that.
It's not even a question. Because you don't want her to dirty her fucking hands with garbage.
Not even that. That's what I'm here for. My
Exactly.
natural instincts is to
If there's
provide and
a if
help
there's
her
a
like a woman.
robber at your door, you don't tell your girl to grab the pistol and go handle, even though she
Right.
probably could, but you don't tell her to.
Right.
As a
You got no girl.
man,
You
you
don't tell your girl hit the block.
automatically know once you have a woman with children, your life don't mean shit. It's their life now. Well, a real man knows it. I don't know about
Right.
some of these other motherfuckers out here,
We're not talking about boys.
but
Right.
a real man knows that even if he doesn't like the mother of his fucking kids, his life still comes second to hers because of the kids. That's what it is. That's what it is. You can face it or you can be stupid. If you
And
go
what
back in
that's what
history,
makes it tough, man, for a man too. Like imagine that. Like our natural instinct is to provide and protect a woman. So when a woman is being hard or or she wants that title, you know what I'm saying? Like she wants to be the protector. It could throw a man off. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, wait, that's my job.
the
You know
only
what I'm saying?
time
Like,
she should want to be the protector is when it comes to the children when you're not there. That's it.
well,
That's
I feel
it.
like she should always be like she's the glue. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you're the
Exact.
reason why we're starting all this.
But
Like,
that's my
you're my
point.
Adrian. You know?
That's my point. I don't understand why women don't understand how great they are, man. Like,
I don't think enough men are telling them how great they are. I think it's. I still gotta say that we have to take ownership, man. And once
well,
again, because since I think that way, I have to say at the same time, if a woman is undervalued, is it her or is it the men in her life? Maybe she don't got a positive role model,
it's
father,
jaded.
uncle.
It's jaded, angry women that are doing this to women. It's not
Right, but
us.
it's still a man that makes a woman like that. You
I
think?
I disagree there. I disagree there.
Yeah.
Reason being, men.
Remember,
I
women
don't
don't
know
let
what these.
nothing go, bro.
I don't know what these
Women can
future
have
people are.
5 different relationships and be hurt 5 different times. That sixth guy has a lot of work to do because he has to outlive 5 dudes. Fuck up.
But dude, you could deal with a chick who's had one bad dude. I won't say any names, and you're fucked. But the point is, as a man, you accept that because somehow, as a man, you accept responsibility for all men. It's weird. We do this. Women don't accept responsibility for all women. You start talking shit about your baby moms because maybe she's acting like your baby moms at the time, and nigga, you catching some shit fucking hell. You catching it. You know you don't ever,
Well, I'll be honest. Women,
ever.
women fight different than men. They're
Yes,
a
they
little more
hit below
unfair
the
in their
belt.
tactics.
They hit
Yeah, they're
below the
more.
belt off the
They
rip.
try to hurt you.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, try. No. Try,
Yeah,
no.
I mean that's
They will destroy you if they can.
if you let them.
They will. When they are
You have
angry,
to.
when you have pissed them off to the point of no return, they will strip you of everything that you are because they're angry. And that's what it is. They can disagree or agree. I really don't care. I've seen what women are capable of doing.
I love
From
our women, man, and I
mothers
want
to
to nurture our
grandmothers
women. I want to teach. I want to bring our women back
to being
from being thoughts,
queens.
from being thoughts.
To queens. Like,
That's what we need.
I don't
But we need a
understand
lot
it.
of these men to step up too, man. Listen, I gotta say it. I gotta hold us accountable. Sometimes you create your own monster, man. And actually, for the most part, if you can't stand your girl, it's because you trained her to be that way. Like if you've been with your girl for multiple years, you know what I'm saying? Like at some point, unless she's just a natural, unless she's something up, then it's like, oh, you know, that's something different. But for the most part, I do want to think that a man sets the tempo. Like if I come in from work and I'm in a bad mood, then everybody's gonna be in a bad mood. Everybody's gonna be edgy and scared. Oh my god, dad's mad. Don't let's not get dad mad. But if I come in here and I got this love in me and I'm spreading joy, oh, like a man sets the tempo. So like if you got a woman who's had bad experiences, it's still up to that man to kind of set the tempo. And hopefully that woman is strong enough and wise enough to allow that new man to inspire her. You know what I'm saying? Not to hold him like you saying earlier, like not to hold him accountable like as if he was Jerry who just cheated on her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
But
you're Tom. You're totally is something different.
we don't get that. And I'm going to tell you why we don't get that. Reason why, like, number one, money has replaced actual worth. You know what I'm saying? You could be any type of piece of shit motherfucker, but as long as you got some money, some woman will be willing to take anything. Like the dudes, these sports motherfucking players that be beating the shit out of their wives
See, I don't agree with that shit.
on
Yeah. I
camera.
don't care who you
And
are.
here's the
That's
thing, I
weird.
don't agree with it, but you know why I'm not bothered by it anymore? Because these fucking stupid ass women will stand by these fucking men as if that's somehow forgivable.
It's
Not
their
forgivable.
condition, bro. See, that's not on them once again, bro. I see. I can't hold it against them.
It is
Their
on them.
condition.
And I'm gonna
Maybe
tell you
they're
why
not.
it's on them.
Maybe
Let a
they're not.
man, is there, how many battered men do you hear of? Not very many. You wanna know why? Because they
Well,
ain't
because
gonna
we don't
fucking,
talk about it, but there's a lot of better men out here.
exactly, there's tons of
But
them.
men don't talk about it.
You know why? Because they're not supposed to.
They're not emotional.
Not only that, because if they did talk about it, they would be ridiculed not only by men, but even more so by women. See, women have lost track of what their role is in the world. That's why shit's off balance. When they lost track, we lost track. That's the fucking truth. Face it, don't care. Men are solitary creatures. We were created to be that way until we find a fucking mate. Before that, our lives don't mean shit to us. Case in point, single niggas with no kids who do dumb shit. They join the military. They get killed. Soldiers. It's history, people. It's history. Boys weren't seen as great because they didn't have kids. They were seen as great to have because you had fucking soldiers. You had meat for the fucking grinder. That is our job. And you've taken it away from us. Why do you think men go off and just kill shit? And I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm not. There's no excuse. But there are too many human beings on this planet. COVID is saving us from World War fucking 3, people. I'm telling you that. America was ready to go to war with Iran. If we go to war with Iran, guess what? Russia jumps in. Russia jumps in. China jumps in. One nuke goes off, we're all fucking dead. That's what it is. And it doesn't really matter what the fuck color you are, how rich you are, you're all dead. All of us are dead. Now, am I saying that to make you think of life in a different way? Yes. Am I saying that to make you scared? No. Because the fact is, there's still time to change. COVID is giving us time to change. I'm telling you, you better hope this vaccine as it doesn't work. You know why it
It's
doesn't
not
work,
even a
people?
vaccine right now, bro.
Nope.
Vaccines take at least 10 years, bro.
And the point is,
Listen,
this one
don't,
didn't even
guys, do
go.
not take the vaccine.
This shit did not even
Deny
go through
it,
the
deny it,
18-month
deny it.
trial period that it's supposed to do before it's even set for human testing. They rushed this shit
Deny
straight
it.
out.
It sucks because I have a lot of my friends are into the school. They're a lot of teachers, and they're forcing the teachers to get vaccinated. Now, I also have equal counterparts of friends who work in the hospital field who are not required to take a COVID test.
Nope.
It makes you wonder when teachers are forced to get it, but doctors and nurses are not. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Well, let's think about why teachers are forced to get it.
Lawsuit. It's all about money with the schools.
It could be that.
They want to avoid a lawsuit.
But I'm going to tell you.
Everybody get COVID. If your son got COVID, you brought your son here. You gave him COVID.
I'm going to tell you what I think it is. This is just my opinion. I'm not a scientist, not a doctor. It's just my opinion. As a COVID survivor, I have a very strong feeling that if I were stupid enough
how does it feel, Omen,
to be a survivor from it?
Survivor. A freaking.
Honestly,
how scared was you when they first said?
Number one, they
was a death sentence?
They didn't tell me shit. 4 days in, I called
the. Looked at you weird.
4 days in, I was sick as shit. My mom told me to go to the hospital. My father told me to go to the hospital. My fucking brother, who doesn't talk to me, called me and told me to go to the hospital. My sister's like, dude,
like, stay in the bed and die.
No, she's just like, do what you think you should do. I'm like, well, I called the nurse, and the bitch said, you have symptoms of COVID, so stay your ass home, take some Tylenol, and if you feel like you're dying, then fucking call 911. That was it. I got it March 12th. We didn't really know shit. We still were trying to act like it didn't exist. And I, like a jackass, acted like it didn't exist. Now, here's why I believe that I haven't gotten sick again. I flew on 8 flights during the whole outbreak. I left Cali. That shit is where the foreign strains came from. The only reason I think I haven't gotten sick is because I probably already had the UK strain. Because I've not been sick since. I don't think I'm going to get sick again. I've never had the flu since I had the flu once. I had the flu when I was 18.
I don't know if COVID is as dangerous as they claim, bro.
It is.
I think people have been dying of pneumonia. I think people have been dying.
Well, see,
COVID.
The thing is, COVID, here's the problem with COVID. It's a lot like AIDS, but it's a virus that's not AIDS. It's not sexually transmitted. And the reason I say this, folks, is when you catch COVID, just like AIDS, it stays in two forms. It either remains dormant for you, but you spread it like a motherfucker, or it becomes extremely active and it will try to kill you. Now, if you are what they call a super spreader, you'll have it. Your body's teeming with it. In fact, it's multiplying in your body like a motherfucker. And you want to know why? Because you're not fucking dying. It's not going to multiply if you're fucking dying. Viruses need blood and oxygen to survive. So if it's starving your body of blood and oxygen, you are not what it wants. It is killing off weak people. I hate to say it, I'm not trying to be fucking funny. I'm being 100% fucking real. This is what happens when you overpopulate. This is what happens when you live on top of filth. You die. It has happened every century for at least 1,000 years. And maybe longer, people. Plagues have gone back before AD. We're talking before Christ. There were plagues. They've spoken of them. Not everything in the Bible is false. Like they say, fiction is usually a representation of reality. How else does it seem so real? How else do we see things that people... Isaac Asimov wrote about cell phones with holograms and touchscreens before they even had fucking telephones. So how does that happen? I'm not saying people went to the future. It's just called being perceptive to history. If you look in the past, you can kind of see where the future's going. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. But we choose to see what they show us. We forget that we were told at some point in time, I don't know what they teach you now, but one time they used to tell us to be individuals. Be proud of being an individual. I don't know what happened to y'all.
No, now they're teaching you change it. You don't like it, change it. You don't like your titty, change it. You don't like your gender, change it. You don't like your skin color, change it. It's just changing. You just change it. And if no one agrees with you, cancel them.
And it's like, I love y'all tenacity. Your unwillingness to waver.
Yo,
but
let me let you go, bro. I'm gonna go. So I gotta do some things in the morning.
Oh yeah, man.
On my end. But yo, this is mad fun, bro. I appreciate you for letting me get on your live for a little while and hang out with you.
Yo, and now that we know how to do it,
do this again, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now we can do it. We can do it again.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yo,
all right.
Let me know. So
all right, my
Jesus.
Diesel.
For letting me to hang out with your peoples. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much. Yo, keep being you, keep being true, bro. I appreciate you, man.
You know how I do.
I think I know how to get out of here. Stop Cam.
I can remove you like blow. There he goes. Well, for anybody who has remained here, let's see. What can we do now? We can talk about the shit that was happening when I was at the cemetery. It's craziness. It's craziness. For that, of course, we're gonna need some background music. And I think I have just the thing. Just the thing. And of course, I get interrupted and have to have a fucking commercial come in. Skip that. There we go. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this ghost girl. Actually, let's talk about that fucking cemetery in general, people. Now, if you'd like, I can turn off the light and we can be in pitch black darkness. But I won't do that. Not right now. As I eat my delicious pork sandwich. Tasty. I believe somewhere I have some candy. Anyway, so let me tell you how things went down. Tomorrow, I'll upload the footage for you. No cuts, straight raw. Now, for all you guys who asked me to go, I went. I was there for at least an hour, maybe more. I took a left instead of a right this time, right? You know? And this time, I decided to do a little studying. I had my little 7-year-old friend on the computer here back at the crib, called the headquarters of NOWP, No With or Without Paranormal. Yeah, that's right. 8 points to the Star of Chaos. I've only started 3 things. I got 5 more to go, believe me. I'll fill them. But, let's get back to the ghost shit. Now, you know, I was there in search of the ghost girl. The one I saw. Which I'm going to do a little investigating because I heard there's a lot of young people that have gone missing. When I find the picture, like I said, I describe her as a 5'1", maybe 2, white, female, between the ages of 15 to 19, light brown to blonde hair, blue jeans, white sweatshirt or t-shirt. Yeah, that's what I saw. Can't tell you facial features. I never saw the face. White shoes, sneakers, like Keds or Vans or something to that nature. Canvas shoes, but not Converse. Anyway, like I said, I went back. I noticed back in these really old cemeteries, the family plots are separated, right? And I don't believe in stepping over onto places where I know people's bodies are buried. It's just fine disrespectful. But there were a few graves or family plots that I couldn't even get close to. The feeling of just immense dread would like hit me like a wall. You'll see it in the video. If you think I'm fucking playing around, you'll see it all in the video. And you can have behavioral analysts study it and say, oh, is he acting or is he fucking being real? Well, remember, I'm bipolar. I don't know how to be fake. I'm just me. I can be nice, happy, sad, all in a matter of moments. It's just what it is. That's not the point. The point is, there were some names on some of these graves that were interesting. Now, this is New England, right? Cemeteries are usually green or black dirt, right? It's not a desert. It's not dry. It's not even fucking hot. But yet, no, around certain graves, the earth was literally cracked as if it had been parched by the sun in a fucking desert. I'm talking cracked, at least as thick as my pinky finger in some places, and maybe about an inch deep. How does the earth crack like that, but yet is moist? Not dry. You know what dirt looks like when it's dry. It looks almost like light brown sand. But we're talking moist, with grass and green vegetation growing around it, split. No roots that would maybe come up from under the ground to split the earth. No. But only under certain graves. It was weird. I started reading some of the graves. One guy died of yellow fever in North Carolina. 1864. Civil War. A lot of soldiers buried there. And I'm not joking. Like I said, you'll see all the gravestones and footage tomorrow. I promise you that. I promise you that. Kid, 16, wounded before the Battle of Virginia, died. 16 fucking years old, fighting a goddamn war, and dead. That's some shit for your ass. Now, I only got maybe 50 yards left from the entrance. That fucking place is huge. I mean, it's gigantic. Yeah, I'm probably scaring myself, which is why I won't be turning these lights on. These lights are staying on until I decide to go to sleep. Or maybe something did fall on me. Who knows? It's possible. Anything's fucking possible. I'm telling you, that cemetery was scary as shit. And this was daytime. Some shit happened in that motherfucking place with some of these people that are buried there that, like I said, I'm gonna look up. Smith Blodgett, or Blodgett Smith, actually. Look them up. George, I don't remember. I wrote it all down. Besides, I have it on camera, so I'll be able to find these things as needed. But let me continue on. Now, cemetery is not very well maintained for such a historic cemetery, which is weird. Almost makes me feel like a lot of the people that are buried there aren't really respected, because I swear to God, they really don't take care of them. There's one part of the video you'll see. I go get the bag of trash off near the grave, like on a family plot. which I really wish I didn't do. I really wish I didn't do that, but I did it. You know, trying to be respectful. And I take this bag of trash, it's a big ass bag of trash, and I throw it back over where the other trash is, and I realize that the other trash is also, and this is what the city did, on a family's plot. And I don't know why, but for some strange reason, this feeling of just total anger came over me. I was mad. I mean, I was mad. I was so mad. Just cursing about people throwing trash in the graves and wanting to find them and bash their heads in with bricks and shit. It was ridiculous. I mean, I wasn't even mad. Like, seriously. I'm telling you, you'll see what I'm talking about. It was weird. It was really weird. I was scared for a hot second there because I really didn't feel like myself. And I'm used to not feeling like myself. You know, like I said, I'm bipolar. My moods change quite often. But this shit was weird. Like, it wasn't the same type of shit that you see on like ghost videos and shit, or something peeking around the corner. Oh yeah, and I did some EVP shit near this little gravestone. I was asking a question, like, are there children? You know, is this where children are buried? And somebody said, this is. I'm telling you, you'll hear it. I have it on camera. I have everything. Put on the spirit fucking finder. Yeah. There was a fucking spirit near one of the gravestones that was kicked over like years ago. Like the grass is growing around and everything. I mean, some of these gravestones are so old you can't even read the damn inscriptions. That's how old they are. Back then, shit was crazy. You know, people were on some crazy shit. Anyway, though, you know, I decided, since, once again, fully charged devices were dying within 45 minutes of being there. They were all fully charged. My phone was down to something like, I think, 43% or some shit after being at 100. And like I said, and I wasn't even really doing anything with my phone. The GoPro, fully charged, that shit died. Almost died. Didn't die. But I ended up having to almost cut the video because it was dying. I think it's charging now. Anyway, after getting extremely angry, taking the trash there, went back to where the turkeys, you know, it's gonna go down that way, but I don't think I ended up going that way. Oh yeah, that's right. I went to show everybody the gate and the area that this little ghost girl disappeared from. And yeah, rushed it. I haven't moved the chain so you can see that it's been like that for quite some time. Stainless steel doesn't just rust overnight. It takes a lot of time. That's why it's called stainless fucking steel. Anyway, like I said, I didn't even see a 20th of that cemetery. 50 yards. 50 yards, and maybe a little bit more of one side. 100 yards tops. Total. We're talking 20 goddamn acres. 20 acres of some shit that I looked up. Yeah, I researched this shit before I went, so I'm not going back tonight. They boarded some, not all, but some of the mausoleums up with cinder blocks. Closed them off. Not all, but most. The chapel, they boarded up the upper windows and doors. They locked. Why? Not all of the mausoleums, like I said, but some of them. Why? What the fuck are they trying to keep in there? And when did they put the cinder blocks? Didn't say. is not known about this cemetery. They say homeless roam through there. I haven't seen any homeless people in that fucking cemetery since I've been there. I saw a kid ride his bike in there and ride right back out. I saw a father and, or I'm going to assume it was a father and daughter, an older guy and a very young girl. They walked in, went over towards the chapel, and talked about some shit for a little while. I stopped paying attention to them. Then they walked out. But to say I saw anybody hanging in the cemetery? No hanging. And no, most of them. I was the jackass hanging in the cemetery. Now, the reason I'm continuing this late is because it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. The so-called witching hour. Yet in all, I'm already completely broken out in goosebumps. It's not cold where I am, but I'm in goosebumps. Like I said, shit was real. I maybe even think that I shouldn't have done it. But I did. It's too late now. No turning back. Unfortunately. The things I didn't see are what scare me the most. See, I know for a fact that sometimes the scariest fucking thing can be the history behind it and not it itself. I mean, let's look at it this way. On a whole, a ghost is simply a being, right? Transparent, no physical form, can't really do anything to you, so not really too much scary about that, except you don't expect to see them in places. But what's more frightening? Things you don't see. The things that history writes out of the books. The stories behind the people that are buried there. Why do some of those graves look like people trash them purposely? That's my wonder. Like, I don't get it. It seems strange to me. Why were they hated so much? You know, John J. Bennett, his son, moved far away from there. He's a junior. There's really no mention of his family in his obituary. It's almost like he tried to leave the family name behind. I really wish I didn't do a live out here. This room's kind of scary. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is, right? Yeah. What it is that there are things that happen that we may or may not be aware of. May or may not be aware of it. But there's a lot of anger in that cemetery. There's a lot of it. You can feel it. There's a lot of lost hope, shattered dreams. I saw a grave with children. 2 young children, like not even a year old. 2 of them. This mother and father lost both their children back to back within, like, I think 2 years of each other. I think one lived 7 months and the other one lived like a few weeks. Names buried, everything. It was weird. You know, it was like It's a strange feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's a strange feeling. But for whatever reason, I was drawn to that particular grave. Like something made me walk along the edge of it, around the side, between two plots. One that I did not want to touch at all, and ended up doing so. Shouldn't have, but I did. Can't really take it back now. No, can't take it back now. It's not like you can walk back in time, right? But, yeah, children. And then another gravestone that was like right next to a tree. Really scared, like they were trying to hide it with the tree. Weird because I couldn't see anybody like putting a tombstone next to that tree, so the tree was obviously planted there. Like fuck you, or somebody moved the gravestone. But there were 4 children on this one, all young, under the age of 5. Mother and father. And I believe they all died at the same time, so it's interesting. A lot of dark history there. I wonder if it's neglected because of that. Or because people just don't want to go in there. Only 100 yards, people. Not even an eighth of an acre. And this thing is 20 acres. 20 acres in the middle of the city, surrounded by people and activity. And when you get into the middle of that thing, or even when you're in it, you're not really thinking about anything else but being in it, you don't hear shit else. It's almost like silence engulfs you, like an envelope, it just surrounds you. The only thing you hear is the leaves, maybe the wind rustling if it's rustling. Whispers. Or you think they're whispers. It could just be wind blowing through grass or whatever. They don't have to be whispers. But I thought I heard whispers. The EVP thing picked up some stuff. The EMF thing picked up some stuff. I mean, I tried 2 different apps on one spot and they both registered something. So I'm going to assume that the likelihood that something may or may not have been there is 75%. But it's not like it was just one thing. It was several things. A lot of different feelings. It was weird. Freaky. It makes me want to go back. Which normally I would be like, no, I'm not doing that shit again. But I actually want to go back. I want to learn something. I want to know more about the people that are buried there. I want to know the story about them. How they ended up there. One thing I know about New England, a lot of people don't know about New England, is it's the oldest part of this country. As a collective whole, that is. Not only is it one of the oldest parts of the country, but it also has a great deal to do with this country being a country. You know? That's what it is. The stories that briefly I read, thanks to Amelia looking up certain people for me in certain situations, kind of gave me the notion of where I should and should not go, just based on some of the stories of the history, tragedies that befell some of these people. A lot of darkness in that place. Like I said, you just feel the despair in certain areas. Not all of it, There's a whole road though, walking towards that front gate, which makes me wonder if that's why they bolted in the first place. I mean, if it's open, it's open. Homeless people can jump a fence. They're not gonna care. Somebody got tired of cleaning that cemetery. Somebody got tired of maintaining it. Somebody doesn't want to do it. They're afraid, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. It's not odd to be scared about things that you don't understand. In fact, it's healthy. Fear can either drive you to learn more about what it is that you fear so you can conquer it, or it'll send you in the opposite direction, which will save your life if it's a potential danger. That's what fear is meant to do. It's why it exists. It's not weakness. It's just a different form of human perception. It's like a spider sense, I suppose. For some. Others can lead to panic, and panic is chaos, and chaos solves nothing. But back to this cemetery. The range of different feelings that I felt walking certain parts of that place. At one point, going towards the gate that's locked, this whole road you just feel like the world is crushing you. But you can't move any faster. You can't run. It's just like running through a cemetery just seems extreme. Just like riding a bike. I don't know why that kid would ride a bike in a fucking cemetery. Like, who the fuck rides bikes in cemeteries? It just seems strange. Shit, what I'm doing seems strange, but at least the purpose of it is... Well, what is the purpose? I don't know. Curiosity, I suppose. Is there really some type of existence beyond death? Beyond the light at the end of the tunnel? I wonder. When we die, are we given a choice? Death, eternal darkness, or fleeting glimpses of light in the human world that you can never feel again? That to me would seem like torture. Look but don't touch. Maybe that's why we get angry. Yeah. I have to get rid of this. It's cold in here. I need my blanket. I have some candy too. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to sleep. Kind of nervous. Kind of nervous. Now, I don't know if the camera caught anything. It's possible. Sometimes people don't see stuff that's caught on camera. So, like I said, I'll review the footage. I think I have the camera right here, as a matter of fact. I do have the camera right here. Let's see if this time it actually recorded the footage. Oh, it did.
Alright, we're back. See, without wearing, I decided to switch up the mouse.
See? And once again, technical fucking difficulties. Why is the damn video
Alright. We are recording, we are live. This is going to happen. I have 1 hour.
Alright, here we go.
Minutes. Alright.
Still crazy though.
I have 1 hour.
Well, I'm gonna let this footage play while I'm telling you more about it. And maybe while watching the footage, I'll be able to tell you even more. You know what? I'll look at this after I'm done, and then maybe I'll be able to upload it at the same time. Have it up there for tomorrow for everybody to see. That craziness, man. It's craziness. Like, I don't even know what to say about it, really. Like, honestly, truthfully, it wasn't something that I was expecting, you know? Like, I think maybe I might have played myself. Maybe I thought that it was going to be less than what it was. That was foolish. I probably should have thought that, you know? Maybe I should have thought a little bit more seriously. But unfortunately, I went in with a comical yet I guess jovial attitude. Yeah. I don't know. You know what happened? It's weird. Once again, strangeness. You know, things that happen. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know if I can really say how scary it was. Like, I don't think you would really believe it. I don't think anybody would really believe it. Like, I think you all would just feel like, nah. That's not really happening. That couldn't have happened. Nothing ever happens like that. But it does. It happens. It happens. It happens to people who don't expect it to happen. It happens to people who think everything is everything. And it's not everything, it's something else. You know, it's something else. And then what do you do when it's something else? Something you can't explain, something that makes you question this regular plain old reality. Like, what do you do about that? Do you leave it to ponder in your mind? It's 2:57. The hour of the witch comes quite soon. Quite soon. It'll bear its ugly head. And we'll be forced to deal with it. Face first. I don't know if any of us are really ready for that. I don't think I am. We have 2 more minutes to the witching hour. We'll be sitting here and wondering what will happen. If anything will happen. maybe nothing will happen. I'm hopeful. I don't want anything to happen. I want to remain relatively quiet. Because if something happens, then we have the paranormal variety, and quite frankly, I'm not really trying to do something like that right now. And I've lost them. I didn't lose it, actually. It's right here. I want them. Oh, well, 2:59. Lag is at the screen. Could it mean that perhaps the witching hour is upon us? That things are going to change? We'll find out shortly. Mary Jane. She's a good friend of mine. Up, it's 3 a.m. Apparently, we've survived. Well, I don't know about you all, but I think now is probably the time to end this. We've made it so far. Well, 3 o'clock, so we've survived. I've survived. But you can't end it there. I'll upload the footage tomorrow, and you guys tell me if you see anything. And just know that I will be going back. I'm intrigued, almost drawn there now. Like, I have to go. There's more for me to learn. I have to learn it. So I just want to say thank you all for joining me for another live session. Tune in tomorrow. I'll make sure if any of you have notifications that you'll see the footage. Until tomorrow, have a good morning.